Good evening, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a general read on how your counterpart or partner sees you. Spirit gives true and precise messages for the energy of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine for fire. Thank you. That was fast. Ooh, fire sign. You got 2 groups. And a raccoon for the feminines. Alright. So for fire signs, if you're a Divine Feminine dealing with a fire sign, or you are a fire sign feminine, you have the raccoon. It's the earth energy. Very much in your emotions, very much water energy right now, though. You're also wearing a mask, or you don't feel like you can, you feel like you need to wear a mask to hide perhaps your gifts. Perhaps you've seen things with your third eye, or you are gifted in some way that you're trying to cover up. But Spirit says that you're trying to hide behind the mask of who you truly are. Shine brightly, shine your stars, let your soul out. Be who you are, be in your truth. You're hiding in the dark, in your emotions. Do the inner child healing. And don't be afraid to let it out. Cry if you have to, I suppose. Alright. Divine masculines that are fire signs, alright? Have 2 groups of you. Guess I'll do this one first. So some of them are Scorpio. Some are very much in their emotions. They've recently been hurt, perhaps, but even though they see the light, they see the Divine Feminine shining her light brightly, something has caused them to be in sting mode, fire mode. That I get that at the littlest thing, or any more emotions come up, any more tower moments perhaps, you just want to snap with these little clippers here and sting at a moment's notice, or with no notice. You've just had more than your share of emotions this past Mercury retrograde maybe, and you've received more than your share of towers, but you're very much in the sting mode currently. Okay, and turtle energy. The other fire signs are being protected with their shell here around them. Their chakra is open and balanced. They are a little, fiery energy, but they're also crawling through their emotions, trying to come up out of that cold mud that they're crawling in currently. A lot of emotions. Again, all 3 of these have a lot of emotions right now for a fire sign. That's unusual. I would say that it's most likely because of towers that you've received, and for when we come out of Mercury retrograde, the first 2 weeks after that, like even into, I think it's the first week of December, we have that shadow side, the back shadow side of the Mercury retrograde. So even though Mercury is direct, I think Jupiter is retrograde right now. Somebody's retrograde. But the emotions get pulled back behind it. So as all of a sudden that Mercury retrograde stopped going backwards, and then it started pulling this way, well, now the emotions are coming back through again. So that all those things that it pulled up and you had to deal with in the towers, now they're coming back even higher to the surface to deal with again. So they're hitting people really hard this week. A lot of people have experienced the same. Not that, misery loves company, so if that helps you, then hang in there. Do the inner child healing. Remember, the triggers are lessons. They are happening for your growth, not to you, not to hurt you. Alright. Spirit, give us the first card up. Wow. First card up. Wow. Give us overall energy for the fire signs. I feel bad for you already. I feel your emotions. You're missing someone. Yeah, you missed the days when they were sunny. You missed that equal give and take, that nurturing that she was giving you, or he. Alright, how does the Divine Feminine see the Divine Masculine in this group? How does the Divine Feminine see the Divine Masculine in this group? How's the Divine Feminine see the Divine Masculine in this group? How's the Divine Feminine seeing? Oi. Oh, choices, three-party situation. And then here he comes to explain. Okay. Well, how does he see the Divine Feminine? How's the Divine Masculine doing his Divine Feminine? It's part of the journey. If it's a karmic, remember the karmic energy or the devil energy is part of the journey. Fire signs. First up, your overall energy for the two of you is being stabbed in the back to the point you feel dead. Even your spirit guides are there checking to see if you're still alive. They're like nudging you, saying, come on, keep going, keep going. They're trying to encourage you, but you feel like you just can't take another step. Well, this is the Ten of Swords, so this is the end of the stabbing in the back. This is the end of the pain. You closed out a cycle and are beginning a new cycle. And with the Ace of Pentacles here, that's the beginning of something, that new cycle. And you're understanding and looking into more and studying more of that, the connection, the quantum physics behind the journey. You're listening to your intuition. You're missing those sunnier days when you weren't feeling this way. But the sun is coming back out. You feel that your Divine Feminine is nurturing your inner child, and she knows that she's healing as the High Priestess. She's healing her inner child. She's also growing her, spinning gold, growing her pentacles, and she's becoming more and more abundant with all things. This is something else you're missing right now, is that equal give and take, and you are both working towards this still, the equal balance with the Six of Pentacles, the nurturing one another. Regardless to the fact that you've been hurt, you're still both continuing to heal each other, heal yourselves, and nurture one another, which is great. The Divine Feminine feels that the Divine Masculine is listening to the telepathic messages, although she also thinks that he's listening to others, or entertaining others. There's two other birds here on this branch. He's having courage, he's walking forward, but he is listening to you, Divine Feminine, telepathically, and he hears you. There's recently been heartache. This three-party situation that's come to light is really burned you up, or had an issue with the flame, which is the connection. Perhaps it's starting to, you're afraid it would dim that flame, but the flame is divine. The connection can't go away. You can't cut the cord to this connection. Divine Feminine feels like, because she now knows of this heartache and has spoken of it, or Divine Masculine could, I mean, I don't know who had the three-party situation. I mean, the cards will tell us in a minute, but the Divine Feminine feels that her heart is broke. This is what she thinks of him. She thinks he broke her heart because of this three-party situation. So the Divine Feminine believes that it's the Masculine that had the three-party situation, and that she was a choice or an option. Alright, so she thinks that he's going to come charging forward to defend his stance in this regarding the choices he was making. The fact that he had three other choices aside from her. My guess is the heartache here is also because she's probably pulling back now and saying, I'm not an option, I'm no longer a choice. and that will cause that rubber band effect and pull him back. This also explains why all of these are in this deep emotional energy. Okay, how does the Divine Masculine see the Divine Feminine? Death card is here to show that somebody's had a transformation, a death of the soul, a rebirth of the soul. So it's like a death of the old way, but a rebirth of their soul, the transcension. I don't know why I can't speak that word right now. Been using it all day. Let's see, Six of Wands. Really the Divine Masculine feels like he's been battling against people for quite some time, standing up for his belief in this connection. He's trying to defend himself, but he feels like he's, perhaps she told friends, family of this situation or something, but he feels like very defensive. Six of Wands all standing against him, but yet he's still keeping her on his shoulder close at hand. Six of his lovers, the Divine Masculine feels about the Divine Feminine that she is his true love, that she is the lover that he wants to bind with or be bound to. They're tied together here, the hands are tied. And he's having the courage and strength to move forward regarding this, and he's ignoring the snakes in the grass around this communication and conversation regarding this situation. I gotta flip the light on. Clarify Ten of Swords for the general. Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords, you have the King of Coins and the Ace of, new beginning. That's a 10. Now you've got the 1, which is a beginning. In between is the King of Coins. He's recently gone into the King and meditated, and Spirit has shown him the enlightenment of the way the things have been and the path that he's going to be taking. He's had this epiphany because Spirit has given him this enlightenment. And this Ace of Coins, this Ace of Drum is the drum roll, please. New growth, new opportunity. Drum roll for what's coming in. Well, what's coming in is that new beginning of the Ace of Pentacles. New growth. And then the Sun card. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. Good Lord. That's too many. Wow. Okay, Ace of Cups. So the Six of Pentacles, that they're building their stability, nurturing one another, and they both realize they are each other's Ace of Cups, this new beginning together in love. Page of Wands. So the Divine Feminine, what's the concern? Let's see. Page of Wands. Let's find a Page of Wands. Oh. So he's listening to a lot, but wow. Okay, so Page of Wands was he's listening to the telepathic communication. This is what she thinks of him. But in the meantime, she thinks that his life is falling apart. Five of Coins. Like there are demons all around him and he just doesn't have control of his life right now. It seems like it's in a whirlwind, almost like he's being thrown from another tower. That she feels, or he is, the Seven of Cups. But this is Spirit enlightening him to the snake energy that he's been having with participating in this three-party situation. got some pop-up on the computer for some reason. But this is an end of the cycle and the beginning of the new cycle. Just lined up under the new cycle of this one as well. Alright, clarify this heartbreak. What was the heartbreak about? What was the heartbreak? It's the divine feminine felt about the masculine. Heartbreak. What's the heartbreak? Okay. Hang on. Regarding a Princess of Cups. So she's the High Priestess and this is the Princess of Cups. Or, let's see how else this plays out. And then we have the Eight of Wands standing up against people standing, Six of Wands here. It's kind of like that Eight of Wands trap, but this is Spirit. See how the hand behind him is throwing him from a tower almost. It actually looks like aliens, but he's being thrown or thrust out into, like I said, move, and you're going to move now. You're going to leave behind the things that no longer serve you. And you're going to stop being the player, the Knight of Wands. And again, leave the things that no longer serve you with the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords. Give it your energy. Nine of Wands is trying to leave or feels like he can't get away from his devil energy, but he knows people have been watching regarding this. People saw, people witnessed this situation, and it was regarding this things that were illuminated in the moonlight, the three-party situation, the women in his life that were entertaining him. Alright. Spirit showed him to Nine of Cups to see it from a higher perspective, which is why she feels that he's now coming in for communication regarding the Four of Cups, the choices that he had to make, that he chose wrong. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is here. He had to make a decision. He's narrowed it down to 2, but he knows she's the star. She knows she's the one that leads him on this spiritual journey down this narrow path, and he sees that she's the star and that she's the one for him regarding this three-party situation. But he feels like he's fighting to survive until he looked in the mirror and didn't like what he saw. Alright, so who's Death? This is the Death, how he sees the feminine, a rebirth. Either he's seeing her from a rebirth, a new perspective. Thank you, Spirit. Because she's already the High Priestess. She's already gone through her rebirth. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, the Death, the rebirth. He's gone, had to take the rest. He's had the rebirth of and he's seen the nightmares of the way he was before. And now he's ready for a new beginning, a new cycle with the Ace of Swords, shooting high, shooting to the stars with his truth. Because he's tired of being defensive and standing against all these people. Yes, he was trying to balance it out, but he planted his seed in the wrong... Okay, I need coffee. There's a lot of weeds here with this plant. He needs to weed out the things that no longer serve him. He's planted his seed in the wrong place. He made the wrong choice, and he needs to clean up this mess. Wow. Since it keeps, when I read that card as planting the seeds, the things that came in my mind were not about a plant. Perhaps someone has gotten someone pregnant, or a few of you may have recently gotten the wrong person pregnant, because it's saying that it was placed in the wrong, that he chose wrong and he's planted his seed wrong. So That could just be choosing the wrong choice, but for some, you may have gotten someone pregnant that was unintended. If you haven't yet, then you might want to use protection to make sure you don't. Alright, moving on. Ace of Wands. Great, new phallic. Twin flame card as well. There's two flames here regarding this bone, but it's a new beginning, communication coming in. Let's move on to the Lovers. Yes, the Lovers. Although he's looking at the divine counterpart in complete compassion, love, magnetized to this person, has all the tools they need to manifest this as well, and he's trying to have strength. But this card here is the Five of Swords. And most tarot, it's the Five of Swords, you know, like sneaking away or something sneaky. But in this one, it's looking in the mirror reflection and seeing that he's not himself. He's pretending to be someone he's not. So at work, he's this person. At home, he's this person. When he's out with the guys, he's this person. And he's always someone different. He's never himself. He doesn't even know himself. He needs to know his true self. He needs to be in his true self. He needs to look at the man in the mirror and be the man he is. Whew. Someone's got issues. Inner child healing. I would look into inner child healing on how perhaps when you were a child, siblings or parents wanted you to be like Billy, you know, or Carrie or whoever else. So you didn't feel like you fit in or could be yourself. You always had to pretend to be someone different. But this is definitely an issue you want to take care of so that you can be true to yourself. Be in your own truth. Be in your own skin. Be comfortable in your own skin. You're beautiful. You're worthy. You're a fantastic soul at the soul level. So heal that inner child and be able to be yourself, your true authentic self. Alright? And having strength. Why? Because there's a lot of things that you're trying to leave behind, and the vultures are here in Justice card. Justice has these vultures here ready to carry away the dead carcasses. You just have to let them be. Remove the masks and stop being someone you're not. Have the courage, have the strength to be you. Your divine feminine loves you unconditionally for your soul, not for who you're pretending to be. Because a divine feminine would see the real you, and it's something to celebrate. You are something to celebrate. This connection is something to celebrate. You have the Sun card. Anything else, Spirit? You're the King of Cups. You're coming with an offer to your divine feminine, perhaps, or she is. But you're going to be very emotional for you. It is going to be difficult. You may want to... I'm hearing that you may try to protect yourself in a... Not in this way. Put up a shell, hard shell. Still have your hard shell on. But don't. Spirit wants you to know, remove the shell. Remove the shell and stop being your armor. You know, stop trying to protect, because your divine feminine is not going to... It's a divine connection. There are no more swords to be thrown. Okay, so, oops, sorry. Ten of Swords, it's an ending, and it was in reverse, so this is in the past. And know that those stabbing you in one another in the back and the pain you've caused one another, it's over. That's all in the past. You don't have to be that, you don't have to protect yourself from your divine counterpart. You don't have to put hang on. Your emotional, your heart, you're protecting your heart. Thank you, Spirit. Two of Cups, the equal love to one another, nurturing one another, caring for one another, for each other's soul. You are the same soul. You share the same soul. So why would you want to hurt it? To hurt your soul and your heart is to hurt herself. Because we're near each other. We feel every pain you have, your divine counterpart feels. And that is truth. to the core. That's why it hurts so much when one person's pulling away and then the other person feels it so much that it just feels like your heart's ripping out of your chest. It's because you feel that hurt that the other person is feeling. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations of this divine plan. There's an alarm clock in the other room going off. Sorry, I hope you can't hear it, but... Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Be in your truth, but be in mission, be in plan, or soul purpose. That's what I have for you now, fire signs. I hope you have a great day. Namaste.